Hi, it's Jo from Minerva. Today we're going to put in an invisible zip, sometimes called a concealed zip, and we're going to match it across a waistband. And it's quite easy to see on the dress that I'm doing at the moment because you've got two different fabrics, so we can really see if we're matching up the waistline. I'm putting a zip into New Look 6526, and it's got this waistband. So I need to make sure that on the back I've got the waistband matching up accurately across the zip. It's more particular in this pattern that I'm doing because I'm doing view B, because I've got a different coloured lace on the top to a fabric on the bottom. So on the reverse, it will be quite obvious if I haven't matched up the waistline. I've marked where the zip ends, so that's the zip notch. And I'm just, because I've got quite a heavy dress, I don't always do this when I'm putting in an invisible zip, but because I've got quite a heavy dress, I'm just going to sew with quite a sort of large basting stitch. I'm just going to sew close to that notch. I'm going to leave myself some handling room. And I've just machine tacked that together just so that I can work on the table without the two sides slopping up. So what am I aiming for? I'm aiming for the back of my dress. So this is the back bodice where the zip is. This is the waistline. It ends here with the lace, and then the skirt starts in crepe on its own. And I want to make sure that when I've put the concealed zip in, the other side matches up so that I get this continuous line of lace, and I don't have it sort of a jar like this, because then it's really, really obvious. I've attached the lining. I've left myself 1.5, perhaps a little bit more of handling room at the top as well. I've tried it on and fitted it so that I know that when I put the zip in, it will be the final fit. This is my invisible zip. It's a transparent one. They're good, these, because you can stock up on them and they go with most items. So I'm going to match up the top of the zipper teeth with the seam line that's coming along from the lining. So I've got a little bit of room to sew my tapes in at the end, and I'm going to pin and then tack my zip face down, so this invisible zip is right sides together with the dress. And when I get to the waistband, I'm going to mark where the waistband seam is on the zip, and I'm going to put it the same on the other side. So now I know that when I'm sewing this side of the zip to the other side of the dress, that little purple line has got to touch the waistband. Carry on putting the zip in. I shall tack it in, open it out, and sew it really close to the teeth. Okay, so one side is in. I'm using a couture lace, so I don't want to take my stitch line too close, because I don't want the teeth to catch in the lace work, but I want it to go close enough to make it invisible. So I've marked the waistline. I've marked the waistline on the other side. So now I've attached it to the waistline with a pin, just checking all of my measurements. I'm going to check that that now goes up to the top. Yes, it does. So I can unzip it and pin it into place. I'm going to be making sure that I get that waistline mark in exactly the right place, and I line the top of the zip up with the top of the neck. I want to keep that seam allowance coming up towards the bodice so that when I put my lining on, it won't be hanging down. And I'm going to tack and pin this side, and then my invisible zip should meet beautifully on the waistline. So this is the dress from the right side. Got our linings to attach in a moment. We're just going to check the zip. So it comes up this crepe bit, invisible, and the waistline really matches. So you get a good finish at the bottom of your zip, and that's particularly important if you've got a two-tone fabric. To finish off your invisible zip, you're going to carry on the seam line from the hem. So you're going to get it back under your machine, carry this seam line along, and when you get to the bottom of the zip, you're going to keep the zip out of the way. So keep that pointed up out of the way. I'm going to pin it to make sure I don't catch it under the machine, and I'm going to make this back seam line blend into the zips seam by 2 stitches. So when I get to the end of here, I'm going to go 1, 2, and that's it. And I'm going to leave long threads and tie it off so that that seam blends into the zip seam, and I'll show you what it looks like. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that's given you a few tips on either putting in an invisible zip or trying to match a zip across a waistline. Come back for some more sewing tips and tutorials soon.